Recorded live with little or no editing, coming from a random location. You never know where I'm going to be these days. And my blazer's packed up, so we're kind of just roughing it today. Got you guys in the treehouse. Maybe I'll come up with a different scene each time. Today, we are going over the Jews defense. I missed a streaming last Thursday. I'm trying to get caught up, so we're going to be making a couple videos today. And things are going to be a little sporadic over the next month or two. I am literally homeless. I'm living out of a camp trailer, and I'm just trying to find free internet to broadcast from, so it's going to be a little rough. But one thing I wanted to mention is that I'm getting a little bit sick and tired of seeing these crappy defenses. Some of these people have been in the waiting list for more than a month, and they send me their updated picks before it's time to record, and they still make these sloppy little mistakes. So we're ramping it up. We're going to get rough. I'm going to tear people apart for the stupidest things, and I'm going to give them hard grades from now on. That's right. No more Mr. Nice 7. We're getting rough while I'm out of the studio. All right, we grade on 5 different criteria. It's who you're using, their placement, their power levels, their ISOs, and what kind of mood I'm in. Believe it or not, I'm in a good mood, but I'm not going to be a nice person. Team number 1 is the... I'm trying to get around my microphone here. Team number 1 is Wakandans. Okay. Wakandans are great in Crucible, and they're okay in War Defense. They have a big opener, and it's a good team to be using on defense, but they do have a lot of applications for offense too. I personally like to see them on defense. I think there's a lot better choices for 14 offensive teams. All right, first off, I like the placement. I think the placement is pretty good. Probably want to move Black Panther one more space away, but I think it's not really going to matter. You're going to have not too many chain attacks coming into this team anyways, so it's more like the big AoE that'll clip them. The problem with this team, obviously, is that M'Baku is way too small. He needs to be pretty big. You kind of need even power levels across the board with this team. M'Baku has to get that taunt up. You have to have a strong opener with your Black Panther, getting some damage done, maybe getting a kill and turning that turn meter over and stuff like that. So if anything, build up that Black Panther a lot more. Definitely build up M'Baku so that he's at gear tier 14. I'd like to see all these guys at 14. Why go to 13? 13 sucks, go to 14. That's where you get the big boost in stats. Let's see. We've got the wrong ISOs. Okay, M'Baku's a fortifier right now while he's small, so that's okay, but you do need to switch him over to a striker. Killmonger as a raider is correct. Shuri as a healer, that's fine. You could also make her a striker. With her being so much stronger than the rest of the team, she is doing a considerable amount of damage, and she'll get a triple tap with the Okoye combo if you make her a striker. But healer's probably good enough, I guess. Let's leave her as a healer, I guess. It's not worth the investment switching the ISOs. So the ISOs are okay for now. I would like to see M'Baku switched. We need to put power into a lot of these to make them really pop off. Make sure that you've got the right T4s in it. I recommend doing the Crucible T4s and skip the rest of them because they're not that effective outside of Crucible, but in Crucible they are absolute monsters. So for me, this is kind of like a C. I think this team needs a lot more work to really be good in War Defense. Okay, we've got heroes for hire. You've got decent placement. We've got great ISOs. You went huge on Shang-Chi and left everybody small, so it's kind of a trick defense. I like this one. I'm going to give you an A for it. Good job. Over here we have sort of Mercs, sort of Dad Bros. It's a comp team. I like it. It's something a little bit new and different. You've got Zemo causing some problems with that ability block. You've got the Dad Bros popping off, going a little fast. Let's see, they're both Raider. That's good. Zemo's a Raider. You put Raider on Taskmaster. On this version, that's a good way to go. I think that's a good way to go on this version because you're going to get, well, wait a minute. No, that doesn't work because the Dad Bros only get their bonuses when X Factor crits, I believe. So when Taskmaster crits, is that going to speed them up or not? I don't know. Chat, let me know. Is Taskmaster going to speed the Dad Bros up on a crit, or is that only X Factor? All right, we'll move on for a minute and let chat answer that question. You got healer on Merc Riot Guard. Okay, but again, you stopped at 13, and oh, it's any crit, they say. Any crit. All right, Taskmaster works as a Raider then. That's all right. I was going to say, otherwise, you should be a Striker, but Raider on this team is great. You might as well make Riot Guard either a Fortifier because he's at a lower power level, or a Striker or a Raider himself for more crits. I think Fortifier is probably the way to go. Make him a tough tank to get through so it gives the Dad Bros times to heal up, get their barrier built up, all that stuff. And I don't like him at 13. 13 sucks. I don't want to see any 13s. I want to see 14s or 12s. Placement's fine. Yeah, this works for me. I'm going to give you a B-. I want to see the power level. I want to see you change that 1 ISO on Riot Guard. All right, we got the Marauders with Madeline Pryor. Madeline Pryor's too small to hang with his team. She's going to get killed. Your Strife is gear tier 13. He needs to go up. I don't care. The Mystique is 13, but she is pretty good. You might as well take her to 14, but make her a skirmisher, not a striker. Healers on those two, that's fine. Striker on Madeline Pryor, that's fine. And then you've got healer on Strife. That's good too. All right, so again, it's just power levels. Your placement is fine on this team. I did what you're doing, so I'm going to give you a B for that. Here we have Weapon X with, why did you sub out Wolverine? Wolverine for, I mean, Wolverine's not great. He's just a damage dealer. Maybe you built up Ultron and didn't build up Wolverine? I'm not really sure. But you've got 2 skirmishers and 3 strikers. You need to change Sabertooth to a Raider. He is built to be a Raider. He's got crit built into his kit. He moves around on like every attack. He's doing multiple hits and stuff. So you need to make him a Raider to get more vulnerables on the field. Keeping Silver Samurai as a skirmisher is good. I would give you an A for this build if you had Sabertooth as a Raider. But you don't, which is kind of detrimental to Ultron, because now Ultron's not getting the double tap or the extra damage off of his Striker ISO. Also, with a team this powerful, you need to have a bigger Ultron to match it, because people are not going to mess around when they come into a Weapon X team. The taunt on Silver Samurai doesn't happen in time to give Ultron cover. He's going to get wiped out pretty quick. I think you would have been better off going with Wolverine so that you get all the Weapon X bonuses from a full 5-piece team. So I really don't like that. I don't like that ISO on Sabertooth. And then, of course, you've got another character at gear tier 13 when we should have gone to 14 or stayed at 12. Can't really help that. You need to build Silver Samurai up to match the rest of the team. So let's get Wolverine in here. Let's try Ultron someplace else. It's not a terrible pick, but you just have too many strikers and not enough people putting out the vulnerables. So, oh, Hollowlord says that there's a chance Sabertooth will assist on Ultron's special and his bot specials. Samurai can also assist on the summon attacks. Oh, that's why. I didn't know that. See, that's why I do it live, so I can learn things. Okay, so I'm going to take you from a B to an A- on this. Ultron's a fine choice for this team. It's just I want to see a little bit more power increase in Silver Samurai. And I guess the ISO for running Ultron in here is going to be okay with Sabertooth. All right, so I still like the full 5-piece better, but it's not too bad. Let's get... let's build up the ISO weight on Ultron. You put 2 red stars on him. You might as well just invest all the way. All right, team number 6 is the Uncanny with well, what is this? Oh, Uncanny New Warrior with Surfer. This is a real weird hybrid. Let's see. Phoenix is going to give cover to the New Warriors, but maybe not in time. I'm not sure. Boy, I would come into this with a real fast team with 2 ability blocks. I'd ability block Phoenix, and then I would ability block either Cloak or Dagger. That way I could go after Dagger and kill her. This is a tough team, though. It's a good little hybrid comp. Let's see. You've got plenty of vulnerables going on the field with 3 strikers. So you have 2.5 people putting out vulnerables and 3 strikers. That's okay. I think you should switch Colossus over to a skirmisher, make him gear tier 14, make sure he gets those T4s in there to be really effective. I mean, if we're going to start doing war defense, let's do it for real, guys. Let's put the effort into these teams. Yeah, I'm going to go B for this. Let's go team number 7. Doc Ock with some tanks. Oh, it's like a wave 1 kind of hybrid. Hey, this is cool. I like this. You got the deflex coming off of Doc Ock onto your wave 1 tanks. Thor's still in there as a Raider. Good thing you made him a Raider too, because on that new, the new Asgardian team, he's going to be a Raider for sure on that. Striker on Doom is fine. I like Healer on those tanks and Healer on Doc Ock. This is a great build. I like what you're doing here. Go ahead and keep building up Thor. He's probably going to be pretty good on the new Asgardian defense. And then, yeah, let's get some gear on Hulk. Otherwise, I think A-. This is a pretty decent build. Team number 8 is the Symbiotes. Striker, Skirmisher, Striker, Raider. I don't like Symbiote Spider-Man as a Striker. I like him better as a Skirmisher. Yeah, I like him better as a Skirmisher. Otherwise, you're fine. So A- there, pretty good. Team number 9 is the Young Avengers. You swapped out America Chavez for Deathpool. Deathpool is a hero brawler, if I remember right, so she fits well on this team. You got Miss Marvel out of the corner. Great investment in all your players. I think this is a great build. A for that. Good job. And then America Chavez over here speeding up your Eternals with Black Bolt, helping to burp people off, and Minerva reviving people. I think most people are going to go into this with an Eternal team of their own. Either that or they're going to... They might try and come in with a Zemo and get in front of it with Zemo and Emma and Loki or something like that, and then their own Eternals. And then I think Minerva's just going to be a liability because of she's squishy. So if you're going to run Minerva on this build, you need to make her a really big fortifier so that she has the extra damage protection from a big AoE attack and she won't die, and give their Icarus the ability to double tap. Otherwise, it's okay. So I'm going to go B+ on this team. Not too bad. Okay, we're grading hard today. The Jew got it pretty rough. He didn't know what he was in for, stepping up to defense up. We're going to be tearing these apart now. So that's just how it's going to roll these days. We got to get serious about War Defense, because War Defense is the greatest game mode in all of MSF. Not really. Everybody hates it. It's the dumpster, I know. But we're going to grade hard on it. Thank you for joining me. Remember, guys, don't just have a good game. Be good to yourselves and others too, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.